Hi, good morning, dear students.
In part 20, we started with the isomerism. What is isomerism? Already I told you. And important types of isomerism are two. One is a structural, one is a stereo. And in structural isomerism, there are different types. So, the types of structural isomerism, okay, there are four types. They are types of structural isomerism. They are four types. Mainly they are four types. And we have to study each. Each you may get for 2 marks. There are four types or there are four types, whatever you want. Okay, types of isomerism, there are four types. So what are the four types? Very simple one. First one, very simple, chain isomerism. Chain isomerism. Okay. So what chain? Not silver chain, gold chain. So this is your carbon chain. Okay, remember the chain is with respect to carbon atoms. Okay. The chain concerned with the carbon atoms. So chain isomerism, very simple. This is the type of isomerism. This is the type of isomerism. Okay. In which what happens? In which two or more okay, compounds, two or more compounds will have two or more compounds possess same molecular formula as usual, same molecular formula, possess same molecular formula. This is common for all. Okay, two or more compounds possess same molecular formula, but they differ in their carbon skeleton or chain, carbon skeleton or carbon atom chain, carbon atoms chain. So that means the carbon atoms may be only two types. One is a straight chain, one is a branched chain. So this is a type of isomerism in which two or more compounds possess same molecular formula, but they differ in their carbon skeleton or carbon atoms, okay, chain. And hence they differ in chemical properties. And if you want, for example, remember one thing, my dear students, if you want, for example, so you have to take example minimum starting from carbon 1 cannot give you the different chains, carbon 2 cannot give you the different chains, because you write anywhere carbon, 2 carbon, that will be straight only. So carbon 2 cannot be used, and even carbon 3 cannot be taken as an example, because this is continuous chain. And hence remember, the example should start minimum from carbon 4. For example, if you take butane, for example, if you take butane, the molecular formula is C4H10. C4H10. Okay? So this butane can have butane, same molecular formula, but it can have two structures. But they have two structures. So this is C4H10, butane. So one is a straight chain, CH3, CH2, CH2, and CH3. So if you start numbering, no problem. From anywhere you can number 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 carbon, 10. And same if you want to branch this will be CH3, CH2, okay? And if you want to branch it here, this is CH3 and this will be CH3. So that is 1, 2, 3. Either you can number like this or you can number like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, whatever you want. So if you number this straight chain, this will be substituted group. So this is called normal butane, N-butane. This is N-butane and this is called isobutane. Isobutane. Iso for branching. Isobutane. And if you want UPAC name for this, so the straight chain is 1, 2, 3, propane. On carbon 2, methyl will be substituted. So the UPAC name of this will be 2-methyl. 2-methyl propane. 2-methyl propane. Okay? So butane, but is carbon 4. So in this all carbon 4 are covered. But in UPAC name, 1 is covered here, 1 carbon atom is covered here, and 3 are covered in proper. So 1 plus 3 will be 4. So 1 carbon is covered here, and 3 carbons are covered here. So this will be totally 4. And these two, normal butane and isobutane, are called chain isomers. Okay? So I repeat once again. This is a type of isomerism in which 2 or more compounds possess the same molecular formula, but they differ in their carbon skeleton. Okay? And they are called chain isomers. Okay? They are called chain isomers. They are called chain isomers. Okay? Here, N-butane and isobutane are chain isomers of butane with the molecular formula C4H10. Okay? So remember one, students, carbon 1 cannot give you the example, carbon 2 cannot give the example, carbon 3 cannot give the example. So for chain isomerism, minimum carbon you have to take starting from 4. Okay? So that you can get one straight chain and one branch chain. Carbon 4 onwards, you can take any example you like. If you want second example, this is first example. For example 1. Next, for example 2. If you take pentane, You take a pentane. Pentane with same molecular formula C5H12, okay, has 3, or you can write gives C5H12, okay, gives 3 chain isomers. 3 chain isomers. Gives 3 chain isomers. Okay? As follows. 3 chain isomers as follows. So if you take here C5H12, so this is pentane. This is pentane. The first isomer will be CH3. So this is CH2 and here CH3. And this is CH3. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is normal pentane. Normal pentane. Normal pentane. Then if branching takes place, this will be, you branch it anywhere, remember, you can bring this, okay, here, but it will be straight chain. You have to bring it here, this H will go here, and you will get here CH3, okay. So, you are bringing this CH3 to this side, CH3. CH3, CH2, CH, CH3, again CH3. So, this will be branching has taken place, isobutane. Isopentane. Isopentane. Okay? So in this case what happens? 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. On 2 there is a substitution of methyl group. So this can be, UPAC name can be 2-methyl. 2-methyl butane. So but is carbon 4, methyl is 1, 4 plus 1 is 5. And another example you can have, another isomer, you will get, another isomer you will get, that is carbon in the middle, okay, and you get here CH3, CH3, CH3 and CH3. So this carbon, okay, is called branched everywhere, okay, or the carbon containing all 4 sides alkyl groups or all 4 sides carbon atom. This is called neo. Maximum branching. This is called neopentane. So, the chain isomers of pentane, they may ask you, give chain isomers of pentane. So, normal pentane with a straight carbon chain, 2-methyl butane or isopentane with 1 branching at carbon 2, or carbon atom being at the center, which is going to contain 4 carbon atoms around it or 4 alkyl groups with it. Maximum branching we call neo. Maximum branching we are going to call it as a neo. So, these are 3 chain isomers of a pentane. So, if carbon 5 is there, you will get 3 isomers. If carbon 4 is there, you get 2 isomers. So total number of carbon atoms minus 2. Okay? You will get that number of isomers. Carbon 1 you cannot give, carbon 2 0, carbon 3 only one form, and hence carbon 4 onwards you can give the example. This is what you mean by chain isomerism. If you can take for example C6H14 hexane, okay, you will get 4 isomers. Try it in the home. Then second one. So these are the questions they are going to ask for just 2 marks. So usually these are 2 marks each. Okay. And second one we are going to study, that is very important and simple also, position isomerism. Position isomerism. Okay. What is this position isomerism? The position of the functional group. The important for here is whose position we are talking. We are talking about the position of functional group that is present in the compound. Okay. So position of functional group is important, okay, in this particular case. So what is this? This is a type of isomerism in which same thing, 2 or more compounds possess same molecular formula, no change, possess same molecular formula, no change, but they differ. Where they differ? But they differ in the position, differ in the position of the functional, differ in the position of the functional or substituted, okay. They differ, where they differ? In the position of the functional or substituted group, okay, substituted group of the compound, substituted group of the compound. So which compound you are going to take? They all will have same molecular formula, but the 2 or 3 compounds, they differ only in their position, okay, of the functional or substituted group of the compound. Where? Position of the functional or of the compound on carbon atoms, So this is just like a monkey jump, okay. And compounds are called, 2 or more compounds possess same molecular formula, but they differ in their position of the functional or substituted group of the compound on carbon atoms, okay. They are called position isomers. The different compounds we get, they are called position isomers. If you want example, for example, you consider any minimum you have to take. Carbon 1 you cannot take, carbon 2 you cannot, minimum should be carbon 3. If you consider, for example, chloropropane, chloropropane, chloropropane. So, molecular formula is C3, okay, H7, your functional group is Cl. Okay, your functional group is Cl. So, this will have two isomers. This will have two chain isomers. And if you write first one will be CH3, CH2 and CH2 and Cl here. So this is on carbon 1, 2, 3. So this is 1 chloropropane, because on carbon 1 it is present 1 chloropropane. 1 chloropropane. So now what happens? This chlorine can change its position from carbon 1 to carbon 2. It cannot change to carbon 3. Even if it changes to carbon 3, according to UPAC rule, it becomes carbon 1. And hence only exchange is possible between 1 and 2, not 3, because 3 will become again 1. So hence, here if you take CH3 and here CH and here CH3. Remember students, when you are going to bring this Cl here, one H should be shifted here. Okay? You have to shift one H from here to here, because here valency will be available just like Fevikwik. So for attachment, if CH2 is there, two valencies are fulfilled, it cannot attach. And hence this H should be shifted here so that it can be happy with 3 hydrogen, 1 carbon. Now you can bring this Cl, okay, to the carbon 2, okay. And now we get here Cl. So what is the difference? Same 1, 2, 3. Only difference is, in this compound, chlorine is present on carbon 1, but in this it is present on carbon 2. So change of position of the functional group, same functional group, just like monkey jump, changing from one carbon atom to another carbon atom, and this is, the name of this will be 2-chloropropane. 2-chloropropane. That means one chlorine atom is present on carbon 2. Okay? There are no 2 chlorines. Chlorine is only one. If it had been 2 chlorines, it had been dichloro. Okay? So 2 means is a number plate. Okay? Just like your vehicle number plate is a number of carbon atom to which chlorine is attached. And another example if you want, this is first example. And if you want another example, you can take, okay, so that is, which you can take pentanol. You take pentanol. OL already you know, or this is pentyl alcohol. C5, C5, H will be 11 OH. So this is pentanol. The functional group is OH. This OH will change its position in isomers. Okay? And these two are called position isomers. Okay? These two are called position isomers. So this pentane, second example, pentanol. Okay? So this has this has position isomers. This has position isomers. Okay? As below. These are position isomers as below. So, if you start from here, how many you will get? Let's wait and see. So, first isomer will be normal, routine, CH3, CH2, 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 then CH2OH. So, your hero is OH group, and this OH group is present on carbon 1, because you have to start numbering from here only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 1 pentanol on carbon 1, 1 pentanol or pentane 1-ol. You can also call it as a pentane, pentane 1-ol, pentanol. Okay, 1 pentanol or penta. Okay, pentane 1-ol, whatever that you want, left to you. Second one, you go on changing. This OH can change its position to carbon 2, carbon 3, that's all, not carbon 4. Because once again numbering will be the same. CH3, CH2, 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 okay. Then you can take here OH and this will be CH3. So this is 1, 2. Your OH is coming to carbon 2 and this is 2 pentanol or pentane 2-ol. Pentane 2-ol. OH group is present on carbon 2. And last one, you can change CH3, CH2, CHOH, again CH2, CH3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is pentane 3-ol. Pentane 3-ol or 3-pentanol. So, this OH group takes the position on carbon 1 or carbon 2 or carbon 3. Carbon 4 means once again it will be 2 only, and 5 means once again 1. Okay? So this is how the same functional groups just changes its position in the carbon skeleton or carbon atoms in the compound. That is what we call position isomerism, and these are called position isomers. So these are called position isomers. The examples for position isomers of pentanol are 1 pentanol, 2 pentanol, 3 pentanol, or pentane 1-ol, pentane 2-ol, pentane 3-ol. Okay, I will continue remaining. Okay, in part 22. Thank you.